Taiwan's written history comes from 16th century when Portuguese sailed by Taiwan. But before that, we also have indigenous people living in Taiwan, this island, for thousands of years. Okay, so when Portuguese sailed by Taiwan, they saw Taiwan is a very beautiful island. So they say Isla Formosa, which means a beautiful island. And also that is why we call like Formosa, because we hope you guys come here and also like Taiwan, share Taiwan's beauty to your friends. Okay, so after Portuguese sailed by, actually they just sailed by, they saw, oh, so beautiful, and then they went to Macau. Okay, and several years later, Dutch people and Spanish people came to Taiwan. And Dutch people occupied the south part, and Spanish people occupied the north part. Okay, and you can imagine that there are two European countries that stayed on Taiwan. This is a very tiny island. They had fight at that time. And also at last, Dutch people kicked out Spanish people, so they stayed here a little bit longer than Spanish, about 40 years. Okay, so Dutch people later, we have two dynasties from China. One is Ming Dynasty and one is Qing Dynasty. Yeah, and Ming Dynasty is mostly based on the south, so it's not today's point. So we are going to talk a little bit more about Qing Dynasty. Okay, so from Qing Dynasty, we have lots of ancestors also came from China to Taiwan. And also you can see this is a very long time, it lasts for more than 200 years. Okay, so the longest one in Taiwanese history now, so on nowadays. Okay, and after Qing Dynasty is 1895. Okay, so at that time there is a war between China and Japan, and because of Korea, and China lost the war, so they have to give Japan as a gave Taiwan as a colony. Okay, so Japanese came here and colonized Taiwan for 51 years from 1895 to 1945. Okay, so during this phase we have lots of modernization, also some lots of constructions. And after that is 1945. I think everyone knows what's the year going on. World War II ends, and also Japan lost World War II, so they have to give Taiwan back to its original owner. Okay, so original owner was Qing Dynasty. Yeah, but unfortunately, Qing Dynasty was already overthrown by Republic of China in 1911 in mainland China. Okay, so at that time they just kind of like gave Taiwan to Republic of China. So Republic of China from 1945 to 1949, they have whole mainland China and also Taiwan. Okay, but soon after that, we also have a civil war in mainland China, and that is a Republic of China versus Communist China. And they lost the war, so they retreat to Taiwan, make Taiwan as a base, and think one day they are going to fight back to China. Okay, so from 1949, we have two different China. One is People's Republic of China, and one is Republic of China, and until now. Okay, so that's why it's a little bit complicated nowadays. If you still have other questions, yeah, we will also talk it on our tour. Okay, so far any questions, general questions, tour general questions? Nope. Okay, so if no, later we are going to Longshan Temple. And as I said before, this is the first day of the year, so you can also see lots of people that are going to the temple. So later on, please really be careful your belongings. Yeah, you know that the pickpocket, they also want to have a good year, so be careful for your belongings. Okay, so later we'll go through, and if it's too many people, we will separate. Maybe we will separate into two. Okay, so that just get started here. Okay, so please follow me. Okay, let's go.
帮助台湾偏乡地区的小朋友们，谢谢。你要早安，谢谢。
Yes, because the first day you go to temple also means that you can get blessed from God. So that's why. So now we're in front of Longshan Temple. Okay, so we are starting our history from Qing Dynasty. Okay, so why we have Longshan Temple is because at the early Qing Dynasty, lots of people stay in south coast of China, and at that time it's very hard to live there. Okay, so they think that, oh, can we just move to a new island and start a new life? It sounds very romantic. Okay, so they try to came to Taiwan, sailing the strait to come to Taiwan. But the thing is not that easy, because at that time the strait is very, very dangerous. Okay, so we also have a proverb said that if 10 people, they want to came to Taiwan, okay, so 6 of them will die on the sailing. Okay, 6 of them will die on the sailing, and one of them will say, oh, so scary, I want to go back. Okay, so only 3 of them will successfully came to Taiwan. So also you can imagine how difficult it was. Okay, so that's why when they came to Taiwan, also they bring their own gods to come to Taiwan. So actually Longshan Temple is a branch from China. Okay, and later we'll get inside and you can see how big it is. So this later we'll have see the 3 sections. The first one you see here is the first section, and later we'll have a main hall inside, and also have the back hall. Okay, later we'll get inside. But before that, I also want to introduce the gates over here. Okay, so now you can see there are 3 gates. The one on this side, and the one on the central, the biggest one, the largest one. And also the one side is a little bit like further that side. Okay, so you can see there are three gates. Okay, so is there anyone can tell me which one is the entrance? This one. This one. Okay, so I would say actually the right entrance is this one. Okay, and why we call this entrance, you know it's written entrance, but actually it's because if you see from the temple, and on your right hand side, and also if you are a god, you stand over here. God's left side will be the dragon gate. Okay, so dragon in Chinese culture means good luck and good fortune. Okay, so that's why every time we get to a temple, we go through dragon gate. Okay, but you see so many people now they are walking the central one. Yeah. Okay, so that is not the common thing. Okay, why we open the largest gate is because today is New Year. Okay, but every time, most of the time that they will close the largest gate. And why? Because the largest one is only for emperor before. Yeah, and nowadays only for like president, like somebody they can go through. Yeah, but because today is a special day, so everyone can be a special person. Yeah. Okay, so that is the exit. Okay, so exit we also call it Tiger Gate. Okay, because tiger in Chinese culture means disasters. Yeah, so every time you want to get out, you have to get out through the Tiger Gate. Okay, so later on we'll get through inside with Dragon Gate later. And also be careful that there will be a threshold. I want to remind you that because in Taiwan we believe everything has its god inside. And also because there's a threshold means that you will be careful for the threshold. So later on, please don't step on the threshold. Okay, don't. Okay, so why is because we believe everything has its god inside, and also because if there's a threshold, we will see the threshold, and you will bow a little bit means that you will show your respect to the gods. Okay, and also there's a manner is that later on, ladies, please use your right leg to cross the threshold. Okay, ladies, and so if you are gentlemen later on, please use your left leg to cross the threshold. Okay, I know until now lots of people say, still I cannot remember, too difficult. Okay, so tell everyone one tip. So women are always right, so we must use right leg. Okay.
它就是这里在前面嘛，哈，它从这里过来。不能到这里往前走。
Okay, so this is also our main god inside. Okay, our main god is Guanyin Buddha. Okay, Guanyin Buddha. So the Buddhism, we later will go to the back. The back guard over there are all Taoism gods. Okay, Taoism gods. Yeah, okay, so this is Guanyin Buddha. Okay, so Buddhism. Okay, you can see Paul's picture. And also at the back is Taoism god. So actually in Taiwan, most of our temple we mix all different religions in one temple. Okay, so why? It's actually because lots of people we believe in Buddhism, and if we can go to a temple and we can pray for different gods, it will be very convenient. Yeah. And also the second thing I think is because Taiwan is too tiny. Okay, so that's why we have that god to stay in the same temple. Okay, so that's why it is. Okay, so there we also go to the back. You can see the god over there. And the first god you can be careful is later will go through inside and just right in front of you. Okay, so that god is the god of learning. Okay, god of learning. So it is very, very important in Taiwan society, also in other Asian society. Why? It's because in Taiwan it's like find a good job and you can have a good life. Okay, so that's what we believe. So god of learning is super, super important. Okay, so how we pray for the god of learning is that every time you have a test, you will have a test admission ticket. Okay, so you have admission ticket, have a copy one, and then you put in front of the god. There's a red plate. You put inside so that the god know that what's your name and where you are going to where you are going to have a test, what's the subject, what's your time, and what's your seat number. So as clearly as the god can know, so how you can take the test. So when you are taking the test, maybe the god will tell you the right answer. Okay. So after the test, if you also reach the goal, you can also come back to thanks to the god. Okay. So, and also how we can see the god. Okay, you can see lots of people. You can see a very long table over there. You can try to see. Okay, so that is offerings. Okay, offerings. Yeah, every time we came to the god came to the temple is because we have something to ask the god. So also we have to show our respect. Okay, so offerings is you come here to the temple. First, you put your offerings on the table and then you pray. And after that, about like 15 minutes later, and the god already finished all the offerings, and you can take away. And also you can leave the offerings here because the temple they were all gathered and also go give to the homeless people. Okay. And also how we pray is very important. Okay, as I said that we have offerings, we have to pray. So how to pray is that most of the time, not today because today is too crowded. So most of the time that you come in here, you can see lots of people that holding a stick. Okay, so that's what we call the incense stick. Okay, incense stick is the way that we communicate with the god. So we first have one incense stick and also we light it up, and then you hold your incense stick and pray. Okay, so how to pray is tell your name, tell your birthday, tell your address. Let the god know who you are first before you're praying. Okay, it's very important. Okay, so why we also need to have birthday and address is because lots of people share the same name. So you have to really tell the god who you are, or if it misunderstand will be a disaster. Okay, so before you pray, you have to tell your name, your birthday, your address. Let the god know who you are. Okay, and after that, after you pray, you put your incense stick into that golden thing. You can see a little bit. In the central, there's a golden thing. Okay, so that's what we call this censer. Yeah. So after praying, you put your incense stick into the censer, and then we hope that we believe that the smoke will take our messages to the gods. Okay. So that is the way that we communicate with the god. Okay. And maybe you might know that, oh, I don't just want to tell everything to a god, I also need some response. Okay, so we also have this two-way communication method. Okay, so that thing we call it moon blast. And also because today is too crowded, so they don't have the moon blast. But you can also see the picture over here. There's a red thing. Someone can see pulse. Yeah, pulse one we have. And also this one, the red thing. Okay, so this one we call it moon blast. They have two sides. One is curved side and one is flat side. Okay, so we have a moon blast over here. Okay, so how we use is we use your both hand. First you have to show respect, so you have to use your both hand. And also you can ask the god a question. And also before asking a question, you have to also tell your name, your birthday, your address, everything. Let the god know who you are. First you can ask a question. Okay, but I would say the god is super busy. So only yes, no question. Okay, so you cast it, and you can see we have curved side and flat side, so we see how the result will be. Okay, hold me to take it. Thank you. Okay, so we have curved side and flat side, and let's just use this one and this one. So curved side and flat side. Okay, so if you cast a moon blast, you get two flat sides. Okay, two flat sides means laughing answer. Okay, so why God is laughing? Okay, so why God is laughing is because that he doesn't know what you are really asking for. Yeah, so if you get a laughing answer, you have to clarify your question again. That God know what you are really asking for. Okay, so this is laughing answer, 2 plus sign. And also we have 2 curve sign. Okay, so 2 curve sign means no. 2 curve sign means no. Okay, so if you ask your question, the God say no, maybe you will see if you don't do this thing or you will ask the God again. Yeah. Okay, so we have angry answer, we have laughing answer. So 1 curve sign and 1 plus sign means yes. Okay, so this is a divine answer. So it means the God say yes. Okay, but for some situation, for example, you're asking a very important question in your life. For example, can I marry with this guy or with this person? Or can I move to other places and settle down? This is a very important thing in your life. So in this kind of situation, you have to get 3 yeses in a row. Okay, in a row. Yes, yes, yes. If you get yes, yes, no, the God may be a little bit hesitating. Yeah, so you really need to know that the God said yes and you can do it. Okay, so also that is the way that we communicate with the gods. Okay, so far any question because it's a little bit long so far? So far no question? Okay, so then we'll go to the back. As I said before, the first thing to see is later we go through inside. Oh, I think I have so today is a special day. Okay, so you can see this is a picture. Now we are in front of here. Everyone see? Oh wow. And you can see the main hole inside. Okay, later on the first thing to see is we go through inside, just right over here. You can see a God that is God of learning. Okay. And later on we'll go turn left. And on the central one, you will see a very big goddess. Okay, that is a goddess. This side. The backyard, the central one. Okay. So that one is, we call it goddess of ocean or goddess of sea. Okay. Why we have a goddess of sea is because, as I said before, in the past Qing dynasty, lots of people came to Taiwan from the strait. But it's too difficult, so that's why we also have goddess of ocean that we can protect everyone's sailing. And until now, because she is too important in our society, so until now it's not only for transportation, not only for like traveling, just for everything. Yeah, if you have any problem, you can also go to goddess of ocean. Okay. So, okay, let's finish the off. Okay, so we will see the goddess of ocean in the central. Then later on we'll also go to the back, in that side. Okay, this here. Later I will see if we can point it. Later on we'll also see a very, very important superstar in our temple. It is God of love. Okay, God of marriage. Okay, if you come to a temple, most of people, like young people like me, if I go to the temple, I don't go to Guanyin Buddha, not go to like learning God. I go for God of love or God of marriage. It's super important in your life. Okay, so how we pray is that every temple has different method to pray for the God. But in this temple, we use moon blocks, as I said, the 2 like curved side, flat side thing. Okay, so how we pray is that if you are still single, if you are still unmarried, you come to the God and also hold your moon blocks again first. Tell your name, your address, everything detailed. I don't know who you are first, and then you can ask the God, you have to list your ideal type. Okay, this is your ideal type. For example, my boyfriend has to be 180 centimeters tall and he has to be very rich. Okay, so you have to also say how rich. Okay, for example, 5 houses, 6 persons, for example. This is as clearly as impossible, yeah. And after that, you cast a moon block, after that say, can you help me to find this person? Okay. So this is a super important question. So you have to get 3 yeses in a row. Okay, means the God really say yes. And after that, you can have a rest string. Okay, later I think I have rest string here. Okay, like me, if you get rest string, you put it inside in your purse like this. Okay, this is rest string. Okay, why we have rest string is because we believe you and your true love is connecting with the rest string on your pinky. Okay, so this is rest string. Okay, you get the rest string, you put it inside in your purse or your wallet, whatever is near your body. And one day, if you lost it by accident, it is very fine. I will say congratulations. Why is because that if you lost it, means that your true love is going to find you. Yeah. The God is taking away the red string means that your true love is just at the corner. Okay. So, the only thing is that you cannot just throw it yourself after praying the God, I'll throw it in. Oh, my true love is coming to find me. That doesn't work. Okay. Only by accident, yeah, disappeared automatically. Okay. So that is why that we pray for the God of love. Okay. So far, any questions? It's a little bit long, so and also a little bit crowded. I hope I say clearly. Okay, so later on we just go together, go from this side and turn that side and come back. Okay? Good? Fine? And follow my fan. Okay? So let's go. Bye了。盘子给我下了。
445号，请到10号柜台办理，谢谢。办理，谢谢。
Okay, so every New Year we'll buy a new one. Okay, like in Formosa, the second one I said, the goddess of ocean is this one. So it's a very big one. Later on you can see clearly a little bit. Yeah, this is goddess of ocean. Okay, this one. Okay, in front of this one you can.
So peaceful, completely.
Introduce. Maybe you don't know what this Bopiliao means. Okay, so Bo in Mandarin actually means peel, and Pi means skin, and Liao means an area. Okay, so in the past, this is the area they peel the skin. Okay, but feel safe, it's not human skin. Okay, so what kind of skin we peel here in the past is, for example, during the different statements, the first thing that we peel tree parts. Okay, so the tree skin, and also the second one is peeling the animal skin. Okay, so whether which one you believe that actually in the past this is a commercial center. Yeah, so you can imagine in the past they came to, lots of people, they came to Longshan temple first praying the God, and after that they come in here to buy lots of things and go to their home, get back to their home. Okay, so from Longshan temple to Bopiliao historical block, this very, very big block, a very big area, this area we call it manga area. Okay, what manga area means? M-O-N-G-A, manga. Okay, actually it is from indigenous people's language, means canoe. Okay, a small boat. Okay, so why we have this name is actually just on your left hand side, on that side we have a very big river called Zanshui River. Okay, so this river is very important for Taipei's development. Yeah, so first immigrants that came to Taiwan, first they settled down near the river. Yeah, because we always say if we have river, we have civilization. Okay, so that's why they live there and also make it become a manga area. Okay, so manga area is the first developed area in Taipei City nowadays. Our development starts from the west to the east. Okay, so now we are at the west side. Yeah, also if you go to east side, will be atmosphere will be very different. For example, in east side will be like department and also like Taiwan 101, that is east side. Yeah, so now we are at the west side, is the old part of Taipei. Yeah, so atmosphere will be different. Okay, so Bopiliao historical block is built in Qing Dynasty. Yeah, so the house here in the past, lots of people they lived here, and also the first floor will be the shops. Okay, so lots of people they have the shops in the first floor, and also they live at the second floor. Okay, so that is the in the past the lifestyle. Okay, but nowadays there's no any not lots of people no one staying here. It's because that about 30 and 40 years ago, lots of actually tear down a lot of houses over here. This is the only one that remained. Yeah, but actually in this block we have a lot of old house before. Okay, so why we tear down is also actually because like urban planning, they want to have more spaces to build a very big house. So that's why we tear down a lot. But still, we protest a lot, and until now we still preserve this area. But during that phase, and also government asked the people, the residents here, to move out to other places. So nowadays, no one stay inside. But before, in the past, lots of people they live this side. Yeah, so that is Bopiliao historical block. And nowadays, we make it to become like an exhibition place. As you can see, you have several houses over here, so they also have different exhibitions over here. For example, universities, there are graduation exhibitions, something like that, and also like filming, lots of things. Yeah. And also, Bopiliao historical block now is the well-preserved area, so the biggest area you can find in Taipei that only you can find Qing Dynasty's houses over here. Yeah. So also sometimes you can see lots of people they are filming here. They are taking dramas over here. Yeah. So that is Bopiliao historical block. Okay. So sometimes you cannot get along with each other with your neighbors very well. Maybe you also selling the same thing. Okay, so sometimes you also have a fight. Okay, so if you have fight and the curving road that makes us have some way to hide. Okay, somewhere to hide. So that's why we have a curving one. And also the third thing, mostly I think is the most like interesting thing. I'm not sure everyone have ever seen Chinese zombie before. Okay, do you have any like image of Chinese zombie? Okay, Chinese zombie is wearing like a glove. Like
yeah,
this.
I have a cute one.
Yeah, it has a cute one. So wearing a glove and also a long braid. And also a hat. And in the front there's a sticker over here, a yellow sticker. This is Chinese zombie. Okay, so why we call Chinese zombie is actually because we make the road straight.
That's the reason why.
The curving. Then because the zombie is jumps like this, only jump straight. Okay, only jump straight. So that's why we make the road curving. Then it will just hit the wall. Okay, so that is the way that we prevent zombies. Yeah. Okay, so it's very different from the side in the Japanese colonial era because they have airplane here. They hold the road will be very wide and also accessible for the car. So it's very different. But still, one thing is very common in Taiwan: the architecture style. Take notice that actually we have the arcade a lot, like this. So when we are walking, they will also have an arcade. Okay, so that is a very common thing. If you in Qing Dynasty's houses or also Japanese houses or also if you have the China houses, we also have arcade. Okay, so why we have arcade is because in summer it's super hot. Yeah, but we still need to do business. And also we have rainy days, we have typhoon. Also in winter we also rain a lot in Taipei. So that's why we have the arcade so we can do business even on sunny day or rainy days. Yeah, so the arcade thing is very common in Taiwan. So this is we call Ximen Red House. Okay, so you can find that the architecture is a little bit different from the one we see in Bopiliao historical block. Okay, so do you still remember that our Taiwanese line? we have Qing Dynasty, and after that is Japanese colonial era. Okay, so now we are going to Japanese colonial era. Okay, so this building actually is built by Japanese. Okay, but do you feel like it's a little bit different from the one that you imagine that a Japanese style of buildings? Okay, why is actually because they have Meiji Restoration with so-called Westernization from 1860s. Okay, so from then on they learn lots of Westernized things. They become like Westernized. So when they had Taiwan in 1895, they already learned a lot. So they came here, they try to do whatever they already learned before. They try a lot. So that's why we have this kind of houses. Yeah, we can Westernization or Westernized style, or we can say Japanese Western style. Okay, so it's a little bit like combination. Okay, so we also see other buildings built by red bricks, and also with like a white line. 90% are all built by Japanese. And also I have another picture. If you have been to Tokyo Station, you can also find the same style. Yeah, this is Tokyo Station. Yes. Okay. So when Japanese came here, they also settled down here. They want to have other places to settle down. So the first, they also went to Manga area, as when we went to in Longshan Temple, and also Bopiliao block. Also people living there. But these two brothers, so they cannot stay there. They have to find other places. So they found this place that at the past no one stayed here. Okay, so why no one stayed here? It's because in the past this area is a mass grave. Okay, so just we put that body just over here. Okay, so no one wants to stay there at a time. The Japanese people, they don't have other methods to do. They don't have other places to do to live. So that's why they move away all the bodies and build this building. Okay, until now we feel like, oh, spirits. How about spirits? Okay, Japanese is also afraid of the spirits. So how to deal with this problem? Okay, so they follow this idea, think that okay, that just make this building's shape can kind of prevent the spirits. So we make the Shimara house become like this. Okay, so if we see Shimara house, actually it looks like this. Okay, so what's this special? Actually, we combine with two parts. Okay, so I think one of the part everyone know that is cross. Okay, and also the other part that's we call it octagon style, octagon, and also we call it bagua. Okay, so that is the Eastern style that we prevented the spirits. Okay, so why they combine is because that when they came to Taiwan, they feel like, okay, we already westernized, we are a westernized country, but we are not sure if westernized way will be better about preventing the spirits or the Eastern style. So at that they think, okay, let's just combine all together. Okay, so until now you can see this is the cross part, yeah, and this one is the octagon parts. Yeah, so Shimara house combined with two parts. Okay, so during Japanese colonial era, this Shimara house was a market. And also, this is the first public market in Taiwanese history. Yeah. But although I say that is public market, but mostly is served as a Japanese market. So lots of people that came here. The octagon parts, they selling some like souvenirs they can take away back to Japan. And also the cross part will be the normal market, selling some meat, chicken, lots of things. Normal market. Yeah. And after Japanese colonial era become Republic of China, at that time, Shimara House is not a market anymore. So it changed to become a theater. And until now, we still have a theater on the second floor, but that is not original use. So we only use it for some events. Okay. And I'm not sure some of our guests, maybe they also, your hostel or your hotel is near here. And also maybe you know that at that side is a very famous places, we say Ximen shopping area. Okay, so that is very famous for tourists also, and also very famous among young people like high school students. Yeah, so it is a place that young people will get shopping and also have dating over there. Okay, also in that street, in that area, we'll also have a street that is full of cinema. Okay, full of cinema. Also, we call the nickname as Cinema Street. Okay, so why we talk about this, because this is also, we have the theater in the past. But at that time, lots of people prefer to go to Ximen area instead of this one, because they think this is just like old houses and like old-fashioned, out-of-fashion, I don't want to come here. So lots of people go to the Cinema Street. Yeah, so after that, also become less people who came here. For several decades ago, not so many people want to come here. And this place becomes a very important spot for LGBT community. Yeah, we also see this is a very important spot for LGBT groups. Okay, so because in the past we are not really open for LGBT community. So lots of people, they come here for dating and also go to see the theater, and also they will just tell their family, say, oh, I want to go to Ximen shopping area with my friends, but actually they dating over here. Yeah, so it's very important for them. And also, if you, around here are all gay bars, but not only for gays, you or not, you can also come here to have a cheap beer. I'm not sure if they open today, yeah, but maybe tomorrow after that. You can also have a cheap beer over here, yeah, because if you go to east side of Taipei, one cup of beer will be like 500, like expensive. But if you come here like 200, 300, you can have one. Yeah. So back to same-sex marriage. So I'm not sure everyone know that we are the first Asian country that we passed same-sex marriage. No, last year, yeah, 2019 in May 24th. Yeah, so that is the thing that I'm really proud for that. Yeah, so but actually we really did a lot of job before that 30 years that we worked hard a lot. And also in 2018 we also have a referendum asking for can we do we want to have a new law that says couples to get married. Yeah, but actually before that, 2017, our High Court already announced that we have to adjust a civil law or rule against the Constitution. So at that time, they are for the referendum, they are asking for we want to change a civil law or we have a new law. Yeah, but unfortunately at that time, lots of people, about 70% of Taiwanese people, they vote against. They don't want same-sex couple use a civil law to get married. Yeah, so after that, the government wants to comprise two for the High Court announced and also the referendum result. Yeah, so until now, May 24 in last year, we make a new law. Yeah, but most of the law are all the same as the civil the law we have. Yeah, so just like link it to the old one. But still, only something is very different. For example, if your if your partner is from other countries that is still haven't admit same-sex marriage, that you cannot get married here in Taiwan. Yeah, but still we have still a milestone. We're still really working hard. Maybe other years we'll try to refine more. Yeah, more friendly for LGBT community. Yeah, so that is for LGBT community. Also, if you are interested in Taiwan Pride in Taiwan, it is also the biggest one in Asia. Yeah, and also it is in October, the last Saturday. Okay, so I think it's super clever because we don't want to have a parade in summer, it's too hot. And also, I think it's very great that we have the last Saturdays because if you join parade in the morning, you can join Halloween party at night. That is super clever. And also, I joined last year. It was very great because last year we passed the same-sex marriage. So also, that is a very big one. We walked from Taipei City Hall to presidential office for about 4 hours. That's super big. Yeah. So also, if you are interested in that, you can also come here in October. Yeah. Okay. So far, any questions about Ximen Red House or LGBT groups in Taiwan? If no, we will have a break. But still, if you have a question, please willing to ask me. Yeah. So the question.
Okay, here now. And just take a look around. This area we call Ximen place because when they came to Taiwan, they occupied Taiwan, they miss their hometown. So they built this shopping area, looks like Asakusa, Shibuya, just like a place in Tokyo. If you ever been to Tokyo, it's like that. But now at night, you came here and then you found it looks like little Times Square. Okay, so try to visit this place at night. It's pretty good for shopping. And then so on this map, we found that is the West Gate, which means Ximen West Gates. Alright, this is Old Taipei Town. We got an enclosed Old Taipei Town. There's all walls and the gates and built by Qing Dynasty governments. Qing Dynasty about 140 years ago they came and they built this one. Right? And then we got the East Gate, this is the north, and that's south. And totally we got 5 gates. But why 5 gates? We got 4 edges, we got 4 sides. But why we have 2 south gates? It's hard to guess. Back to time. Feng Shui, good guess. Not really. Okay, this is hard to guess because back the time, and rich people can do whatever they want to do. So one of the family, they are rich. They were the richest family. They donate the most money, so they say we want to have our own gates. So they have a little south gate only belong to that Lin family in Taiwan. So we totally got 5 gates around this old Taipei town. Alright, but you see, now Taipei we don't have these walls and you cannot see west gates. Because when Japanese came, they torn down the wall and the west gates. And this big boulevard in front of us used to be the west walls. And here we used to have a west gates. But there you see a great artwork. It symbolizes or commemorates the west gates ever exist there. Right? And Japanese say sorry to Taiwanese people, we tear down your west gate, but we give you a Paris style Champs-Élysées. Like the romantic street. Okay, no problem. Alright, so here we don't have that. And later on we got to walk from west gates all the way to east gates. But don't worry, don't panic. Okay, it's not a long journey, alright? It's a short distance. Okay, don't worry. Alright, and then we got to get started. And then you see that is the Qing Dynasty people sitting there and holding Starbucks. Love Starbucks. And then the people standing there, they're dressing like a Japanese Western style. That's the people during Japanese era in Taiwan. Also holding Starbucks. So we love Starbucks. So bad. Okay, and this is the modern young people in Taiwan. Right? We all love to do selfie. As we do everything. Okay. And we can try to take a selfie. Okay. And then we are going to walk through this big boulevard. We only have a few seconds. Okay, so please follow me tight. Got to take a guess. What's the building for? It's a white building. It looks fancy. Shiny TV screen. And the big white building. It's not for shopping.
Karaoke.
Yeah, how do you know that?
I guess.
Karaoke.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole buildings. Like a big shopping mall. This entire building, that's a karaoke. In Taiwan we call it KTV. It's our culture. Alright, it came from Japan, but we kind of make it, develop it. The karaoke culture in Taiwan. You know, while we are students, we all love to spend whole night long till the morning. And we gotta book a private room and then sing songs with our classmates or our friends. Now we have a private room and only whole night you just spend about $500 and you can have like a buffet and you can have beers and you can drink the you can sing songs and they got a small stage, you got spotlights, you got 3 microphones. You just feel like you are a superstar, you are Lady Gaga on the stage. Yeah, try it if you have Taiwanese friends. Don't miss out on it. Wonderful. Okay, and then we're going to take a look there. Can you see at the corner, they got a small stove. And they got a small hall, like a square hall inside. And also got a small gate. This is the west gate. And really small. Yeah, so to commemorate that west gate ever exists here. And west walls. The Japanese, they torn down that. And west wall, the west gate used to look like this. As beautiful as west. It's the South Chinese style. East, and then and nowadays all the 5 gates, the Destiny, this is the only one original one, North Gate. So I recommend you can join our Golden Age tour in the afternoon. And then other 3 rebuilt into North China style. And then this is the West Gate. It used to be like a monument, like a tomb. But unfortunately, 2 years ago, a drunk guy, he drank too much. And then he pushed down this monument, and the monument just broken into pieces. Right. So then we gotta make the new one there. So you can drink in Taiwan on street, but please don't be too drunk. Okay. We missed the old one. Okay. Any questions? No. And then we're gonna move on. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, this one. Wonderful. How do you know that? It's just yeah, good guess. Yeah, 100 years ago, this is the tallest one. This is built in 1990, so almost 100 years. Yeah, so we kind of last year we celebrated the 100-year anniversary. This is our presidential office. You can say presidential palace, and ever elected to the top 13, the most beautiful presidential palace in the world. But you know, it depends if you like it or not. See if you like it. And you see, this is who built this? Yeah, great, awesome. How do you know that?
Looks similar to the
Yeah, Simon Red House, right? Yeah, almost similar style, and built by Japanese, but it's not Japanese style. Back to 100 years ago in Japan, they got a westernization movement. So they consider everything Western style, European style the best. So when the Japanese they came to Taiwan, they occupied Taiwan, they wanted Western style. It's a combination actually, Renaissance style, Western Renaissance style. And the most beautiful special is that, remember Simon Red House? The Japanese, they were scared. They want to use the octagonal shape to suppress the Chinese ghost. They want to use the cross shape to suppress the Western ghost. And this area we're standing used to be also a massive graveyard. But this time, don't worry. Don't panic, no problem. Because when Japanese, this time they use another element to suppress the ghosts and the evil spirits. They put their ugly general's face on the building. So if you see the building from the sky, you will see like a ghost face on the building. They believe they can suppress the spirit. And I think it works. Yeah. No any haunted story happened. That's great. And then if we turn this shape like this direction, it looks like a Chinese character. It's called Zi. Yeah. Zi means Japan. Also means the sun in the sky. The sun is sky. Because Japanese, we all know, they advocate to the sun. Right? So also, this kind of a style is very strong for earthquake resistance. So it stands here for 100 years. It's always, back the time, 100 years ago, this used to be the strongest. Very nice design. Right? And also, this building facing to east. What's the east? It's Japan. They want all Taiwanese people believe they are also the son of the sun. They also serve the same emperor to Japan, facing to Japan. Even the highest, the best building also facing to the Japanese emperor. Right? It's everything about Japan. Very nice. And so this is a nice place. You can visit it. But I will just mention that. And also we talk about the presidential office. We got to mention our politics. You all know, with Taiwanese people, we really love talking about politics. If you take a taxi driver can talk to you all day long, all about politics. We are so democratic. And so this is our former president, Tsai. She is our first female president, elected by our citizens, one vote by one vote. And this is our former president, Ma. Okay, so we got two main parties in Taiwan: the Green Party, Democratic Progressive Party, and the KMT Party. We consider kind of an exile government, came from mainland China. And this is Xi Jinping, the leader of Communist Party of China, right? Okay, so we got to talk a little bit about the very complicated situation. So this is now what's happened in the world. This is a big female chicken This big hand. This is a mainland China. We call it PRC. And then this small sweet potato, that's Taiwan. We call it ROC. Right? So we are such a small sweet potato. We are so delicious. So, you know, mainland China, Beijing authority, they always consider we are one of them. Right? But the truth is that after 1949, you know, the KMT party, they lost the civil war in mainland China, retreated to Taiwan. So in the world, literally, precisely, we could say two Chinas in the world. One China called People's Republic of China. That's what we always call China, mainland China. And then ROC, Republic of China. That's what we stand. This is Taiwan. The government called Republic of China. You can consider like North Korea and South Korea. They are different Koreas. The same, different Chinas. But now you see, with Taiwan we are so small, so nobody cares. Every time someone mentions China, we always think about this PRC China. They will never think of Taiwan also China. They will consider, oh, maybe one province of China, very common. So about like a half century ago, we were kicked out from United Nations. We could only use Chinese Taipei and this flag to join some international competitions. Like this year in Tokyo, we got Olympic, and you see this flag. No doubt, this is
peace pack.
Oh, memorial piece back. 228.
we are at 228 Peace Park. The name came from an incident called 228 accident, or it's called incident, or an event happened, or we call it 228 massacre. It's a sad story, and it's a darkness of right, and we got to mention about this. Okay. And this park used to be called New Park, built by Japanese 100 years ago. The second park built in Taiwan. So you see, this is a very interesting park. It's a combination with three different styles, like a Chinese style, Japanese style, and European style. If you have the time, you come back here and take a look at this interesting park. But after 228 incidents, after 1990s, and we renamed into 228 incidents. Right. What's happened? It just happened on February 28, 1947, because February 28th, so it's called 228 incidents. Right. And remember what year Japan gave Taiwan and to China? Japan left. What year?
1945.
Great, wonderful. 1945, yes, because history. Yeah, 1945, Japan lost the Civil War. No, not Civil War, World War II. So Japan left, and then the ROC came to Taiwan. Right, but just 2 years, Taiwan's people from the richest, one of the richest countries in Asia, just 2 years became one of the poorest countries in Asia. You know, because when ROC government came, they brought a lot of things, like money go back to mainland China to support the Civil War. Because KMT party, we just mentioned, the Blue Party, they still got a Civil War against Communist Party, which leader was Mao Zedong, right, in Civil War in mainland China. So they needed a lot of money. They brought out, also they kind of occupied a lot of good career, good like working positions in Taiwan. So Taiwan people, they got no chance, right, just 2 years. So the people in Taiwan, they wanted to have a chance to earn money. They tried to do something. They tried to do something illegal, right? So that's the point, right? So we got to have a small drama that is easy to understand what's happening. So now I need like volunteers, 3 volunteers. First one is an old woman, and then second one is a bystander. Third one is a governmental inspector. Alright, who will be the widow, the old woman. Old woman. One. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Kimberly. Thank you. And then, and then I want governmental inspector. Governmental inspector. Brutal. Who looks brutal? Like cruel. Brutal. Any volunteers? Yeah, it's an easy role. Yeah, I work well. Oh, thank you. Thank you, government inspector. All right, and then we're going to have a bystander. Who's a young boy? Teenager. Oh, young boy. Let's say it's very easy. Oh, young boy. Oh, thank you. Thank you all. Great. Okay, and then fourth, we got to have a Taiwanese crowd. Okay, so the rest of you are Taiwanese crowd. You are local. So back to 1947, the day before February 28th is February 27th, right? So as a legal, we're selling smuggled cigarettes on the street. I don't weed. Kind of marijuana. It's a smuggled cigarette. Okay, so you want to buy some? Hey, it's nice, it's good quality. This is the Taiwanese crowd. Pretty good. And then there's a governmental inspector. Got a secret report that someone's selling smuggled cigarette, illegal. Right? Just ran to her and then said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Hey man, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, nothing. No. Just give me all the. Yeah, just brutal. You just grab everything from her, and also the money from the pockets. All the money from pockets. Oh, no. It's only. See, hey, please don't take my money. You say, "Oh, I have a little daughter to raise. You see, so cute. This is my little daughter." Hey, the inspector is just so brutal. Yeah, you ignore it. It's just brutal. You just grab the money and everything. And suddenly the window just hold. Oh, that's good. The window just hold onto the leg of the inspector. Yeah, say, "Hey, don't do that, please. No. I beg you." Yeah. And then the inspector, raise your rifle. Okay, so now you turn the rifle. And then you just knock down the window. Yeah. The window just went down the glass and started bleeding. Yeah. And then you are the Taiwanese crowd. You just yell, "Wow. Hey, the governmental inspector actually came from mainland China just 2 years ago. They are kind of mainlander, the newcomer. Okay, not the local Taiwan people. But they spoke in Mandarin. So the Taiwan people, including themselves, including the women, spoke in Taiwanese. It's a dialect of So you could not understand what I told them. So you just say, "Oh, you newcomer, you mainlander, you bully Taiwanese women." Right? So you just got angry. And then kind of came closer to you. And you got better. Right? You raise. Hey, everybody get away. Hey, don't be too close. Get away. Yeah. And then suddenly you just raise your rifle. You got a one shot. Boom, to the sky. But unfortunately, the inspector, he was a bad shooter. He shot a bystander who was a young boy, just stood on his balcony to look down what's going on. I got a gunshot. Unfortunately, young boy died. Oh, thank you. And you died. And the worst thing is that his brother used to be the biggest gangster in Taiwan, the gang leader. Right? So has a big trouble. All right. So the gangsters' brothers get a lot of Taiwanese people join the protest and then chasing the inspector. The inspector just run away. That's it. Oh, yeah, here, come on. I protect you. I am the police officer. I'm also a newcomer. I'm also a family. I will protect. Okay, no problem. I'll protect you. Okay, everybody, just calm down. Okay, go back home. Okay, let's figure out tomorrow. But Taiwan people, they got leaders. They want justice. They want to kill them. Right. And then this is the thing before February 28th. It's February 28th. So thank you so much. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you. You are such a passionate. Thank you. And so you kind of figure out what's going on next day. In the early morning, a lot of Taiwan people join the protest, and then they they will walk into the governmental buildings, these kind of governmental buildings area. They wanted justice. The one waiting for them, that's the machine guns. Right? The newcomers, the soldiers, they open fire, they shoot innocent people in the crowds. And many people died, including students. Then part of the protesters, they got so angry, they got furious, they came to this new park and occupied this building. This building used to be the first radio station in Taiwan, built by Japanese. And then the Taiwanese people, they occupied the radio station and broadcasted to whole island, saying, okay, the newcomers, the new government, they are garbage, they are so bad, so we need to build our new government. So, rebellions, we will fight back. So since February 28th, it kind of a chaotic Taiwan. The Taiwan people, they beat the mainland, kill some mainlanders, and mainlanders just fall back. So it's a very messed up Taiwan. And then the leader of Taiwan government authority called back to Chiang Shek, who was in mainland China. He was so busy in the Civil War. And then after 8 days, Chiang Kai-shek sent the troops, sent an army to Taiwan to suppress the riot, to suppress the rebellion. And so many people died. Then, how do they figure out it's the Taiwanese or the newcomers, the mainlanders? All look the same. Right? They will kind of talk with the people, say that, okay, do you speak in, 你说中文吗？ Oh, no. I speak in Mandarin, but maybe he's Taiwanese. He spoke in Taiwanese. You cannot understand. No. We got shot. And then it's like, okay. Oh, 说中文吗？说中文。Oh yeah, great, just survived. She spoke in just Mandarin, we survived. And sometimes they can just shake your hands. Shaking hands like hey buddy. Oh, great. Oh, it's so soft. So you must be the newcomer. You are mainland. You got a good position. Right? Okay. And just like shaking with someone else. Hey, buddy. Just. Oh, so rough. So you must be a local farmer, right? You're Taiwanese. This is that. Yeah. So that's how they figure out. And also, most of the time they actually kill the most talented people in Taiwan. They want to control Taiwan. Then, after 2 years, Chiang Kai-shek lost the Civil War in China. He brought more mainlanders, medium mainlanders to Taiwan. He declared another second round as a martial law period to control Taiwan's people. Almost 40 years, Taiwan is suffering under the martial law period. We call it white terror. People got no freedom to talk about the government, to talk about everything mental governments, or otherwise they will got disappeared next day. So 4 years, no freedom. Until the later 1980s, Chiang Kai-shek's son, okay, he just ended the martial law, and Taiwanese people started to transfer. Taiwanese society started to transfer from kind of dictatorship into democracy. And since 1990s, the government started to face into the truth of 228 massacre. So they renamed this park into 228 Peace Park, and also this radio station became a museum of 228. Okay, and then also you will see a lot of pictures. They are all victims. They count at least more than 200,000 people killed or disappeared during the martial law and after 228 massacre. This is only part of it. Also, they got a monument in the park. They set up a lot of monuments about 228. And also 228, February 28, now become our national holiday. So it's very important day in our history. Okay, very good. So any questions? The paper? Oh, they kind of mourn, show they mourn. Yes. To write some words. Yes. And put out there. Come from their friends or the other people.
I've got a good. Do the families the victims and their families, have they like taken it to court or anything like that? Like, are they doing anything about it against the government?
Yes. Yeah. But you know, our government, they came to Taiwan, they got power, they got weapon, they're so strong. So the people, the victim family, they could do kind of nothing. Yeah, till the martial law ended, they tried to dig out more truth, more document about the 220 dates. They wanted justice. Yeah. And also the government just apologized to the victim. Yeah, also their families, they do something for them. Also our presidents will officially apologize to the victims and their families. And in 228 days month. Yes. For 40 years, that's very long. We still lost a lot of documents. We need to graduate a lot. Okay. So we have to, okay, you can take up your paper tissue now. And later on, we are going to visit what we call the dictatorship. The dictator, right? Who needs to be responsible for 228? The Chiang Kai-shek Memorial. Take a look. This is the Eastern Gate. Remember we mentioned the West Gate and the Eastern Gate. We have already gone from West Gate. Only the base as the original ones, but the upper parts that rebuilt into Beijing Forbidden style by Chiang Kai-shek. When ROC came to Taiwan, they considered original one as a southeastern China style. Looks too simple. Chiang Kai-shek didn't like it, so they rebuilt it. But it depends. See if a north style or south style look better. And but it's still meaning. It's got meaningful because in Taiwan, our first modern flushing toilet we set up in Eastern Gate. They really needed it, so we set up there. Okay, if we have a chance in the future, we got to visit the first modern flushing toilet. Okay, then we got to keep moving to see Chiang Kai-shek. We made it. This is our last stop. That's our destination, Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. And I'm probably wondering, wow, it's so huge, right? And it looks like, well, temple. Sometimes we call it Chiang Kai-shek Temple. Yeah. But maybe you're wondering why the people say he needs to be responsible for 228 massacre. He's a dictator, he's a murderer. But why build such a big, yeah, some people say bad guy. That's why build this such a big thing? Because this place built by his son. Always, we love our father, right? So after Chiang Kai-shek died, his son just established this place, right? Just 5 years after he died. Right? It's still a very special place in the world. Firstly, you will see the huge archway here, like 5 gates, 6 columns, 11 rooftops. Now, this kind of design in traditional Chinese culture, just designed for the emperors or the gods or goddess. So you can see how his son really loved his father. And while the old Taiwanese people believe Chiang Kai-shek is the best person in the world, is the savior of the world. One of the old Taiwanese people believe that. And then this archway, till now, still the largest one. A large archway for a certain guy in the world. It's still the largest. It's very and inside you see the main hall there. Right? It's a combination of the a Beijing temple of heaven and also like a pyramid in Egypt. So it's a combination design. And Chiang Kai-shek just sitting inside. It's a big statue of Chiang Kai-shek and facing to this direction. This is a west. Why is facing west? Yes, China, right? Facing China. He always want to fight back China, even though he became a loser for decades, you know. But after 70 years, he's still here. he never can go back to mainland China. He wanted to be buried in mainland China, his hometown. He never get it. Right? Now became harder and harder. The only statue. His body is other somewhere else. Later I'll show you. Another body. I'll show you the place. Okay. And then, so he's a very controversial leader, still a very controversial leader in Taiwan's history. Right. Alright, and then facing to this direction. This is China, he loved this place. And also, after 2000 in Taiwan, because before it's always KMT took over the Congress and Taiwan politics, right? After 2000, DPP party, Democratic Progressive Party, they took over the Congress, right? They wanted to do something as for justice. Also, we call it transitional justice. Right? They took a lot of things. They took out a lot of we call this a dictatorship sign from Chiang Kai-shek. Like before, we got 1,000 roads named after Chiang Kai-shek, including the Katagalan Boulevard. We mentioned the Protesters' Paradise. 10 years ago, it's called Chiang Kai-shek Happy Birthday Boulevard. But 10 years ago, and then we renamed it into Katagalan. Katagalan is our indigenous people's tribe in Taiwan. It's more meaningful, called Katagalan. And also, before, in Taiwan, every campus, and especially elementary schools and the parks, all have a Chiang Kai-shek statue. And then since 2000, we kind of removed the Chiang Kai-shek statue into a place. That's also the place that Chiang Kai-shek's body is still there. It's called Cihu, Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Park. And very near to the airport, Taoyuan County. Right? You will see over 200 statues, Chiang Kai-shek standing and riding horse. I'll give you more Chiang Kai-shek statues. Right? It's a little bit creepy at night, you know. Don't go there at night. They were walking. Right? It's so terrible. It's so secret. It's so terrifying. There's so many Chiang Kai-shek. But it's still a very special place. It's pretty cool. And his body just still there, and waiting for one day to be back to mainland China. And also, we'll do something for transitional justice. Before 2000, Chiang Kai-shek, because people consider he was the most important guy in Taiwan's history. So he was on our $500 and $1,000 bill, or banknotes. Right? And you're in Taiwan, you probably know $100 bill, that's Sun Yat-sen, the founder of ROC. But 500 and 1,000 used to be Chiang Kai-shek. But after 2000, he was removed into 200. The bald guy with the sexy mustache smiling at you, this handsome guy, sexy guy, that's Chiang Kai-shek. Okay. And he became cheaper from 5 and 1,000. So some Taiwan people, they felt very happy, could not see Chiang Kai-shek anymore, and he became cheaper. The usage of $200 bill in Taiwan only less than 0.2%. So a lot of times people don't know we have $200 bill, and also they think this is a fake one. So if you like a collect bill, this is a good. But if you want to take this to buy something in Taiwan, probably some people will just reject this. Okay, but you'll see the beautiful presidential office in the back, right? And because it's rare, so later on, I will allow that you can exchange this with $200 USD. It's fair? Okay, 200? Only today. Okay, this is a Chiang Kai-shek. So he's very controversial, until now. So a lot of young people, actually, he wanted to tear down this place. So today you got a chance to be here and try to take a lot of pictures, as you can, okay? Maybe after a few years it's just gone. Because the banner on that original already changed from Chiang Kai-shek, certain words, into Liberty Square. It's the name of the archway already changed, right? And I always see two Chinese Beijing Forbidden style. That's a National Concert Hall and National Theater. You can find the best performances in Taiwan. This is big. And then Chiang Kai-shek there. And then the base, this is a museum of Chiang Kai-shek. It's already died. Yeah, his son. Yeah, very old. Already died. And if you want to see Chiang Kai-shek, you need to climb up the stairs. You see there's how many steps? It's 89. But why 89? It got many. Sorry?
His age?
Yeah, wonderful. His age. He died at his age of 89. So it's 89 steps. And what's the purpose? Because after climbing, after hiking under 89 steps, and then you just got soft on your leg, you just bow to Chiang Kai-shek. Oh, so tired. And then just bow to Chiang Kai-shek. That's the main purpose why I designed the 89 steps. And then, back to time, I was born during martial law. And then every day morning we need to sing a song to Chiang Kai-shek. You say like Zhang Tong Jiang Gong la la la. You are the best you are the best man in the world. You are the savior of the world. It's just like the people sing songs to Kim Jong-un in North Korea. Back to our martial law period. Yeah. But luckily we don't need to sing that now. Yeah. So now we are one of the most democratic countries in Asia. Yeah. So just be aware. Alright, and I think maybe after 100 years we can give him a fair comment. Now still too controversial. My parents, part of our family, they were killed by Chiang Kai-shek government, so they hated Chiang Kai-shek. But part of our tour guides, their family, came with Chiang Kai-shek. They love Chiang Kai-shek so bad. So it's always depends. Okay, so do you have any questions so far? So yeah, great. So I just want to wrap it up. Alright, so this is a great day, and I'm so glad to have you all today. So I hope you enjoyed today's tour. Thank you all for joining our tour today. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and happy Lunar New Year, happy Chinese New Year, and wishing you like a great prosperity and also fortune. Like, it's a special day. Cool. And I'm Paul.
My name is Sue.
Yeah, you can, if you have.
Shouldn't be